Amen. So you're wondering how attraction actually works? I got you. And this is especially for you if you find yourself speaking with a girl that you like and you're constantly looking and thinking, does she like this? Can I say that? And I get it. I used to be the same way because you might think that you are respecting her by doing that, but it's actually the opposite. Because you have now outsourced your sense of validation to her. And that's why she ghosts you, that's why she rejects you, that's why there is no attraction. So here's how attraction actually works. So one day after boxing training, I am going home and I see this girl. I go up to her and I say something. I don't even know what I said. I compliment her, and I find myself so nervous. I find myself so dependent on her liking me that like my mind is everywhere. I don't know what to say. Like I've been alive for 31 years and I still think to myself, I don't know what to say. Like I don't know how to do anything. And then I catch myself and I realize that, oh, I'm actually trying to get her to like me. I'm seeking her approval. And there's no wonder why I cannot speak. There's no wonder why I'm so anxious because, I'm trying to control it. And I cannot control how she will respond to me. So I say this one sentence to myself, which is, you will only get it if you subscribe to my channel. No, I'm joking. You're watching the video. The sentence that I say is that I love and accept myself without the approval from anyone else. And as I say it, because I had been practicing it, everything changed. Like suddenly, I could feel how anxious I was in my body. Suddenly, my mind relaxes, and it's just this girl and me, and there's no stress. I don't have to do anything. And suddenly, I have so many things I can say. Suddenly, it's so easy to just lead and just say, like, hey, let's go here, let's talk about that. And she loves it. So, how does this work? Why did she suddenly love it? What caused the attraction? And what I'm about to say might challenge some of your beliefs today. That's fine. Because what you have been doing up until now has not been working. That's why you're watching this video with me. That's why we are together on this video, so that you can overcome this problem. An attraction is actually very natural. It's so natural that you don't have to do anything. It's so natural that it's maybe the most natural thing that, that we know of, because it's like a magnet. It works in the way, you could say, where you have two poles, just like a magnet. And in attraction, when it comes to human relationships, we have one pole, which is the masculine. That's very often the man. And then we have another pole, which is the feminine, which is very often where the woman will be mostly in. Now, if you want attraction to happen, then you need one person in the masculine and one person in the feminine. And if you're a guy and you like feminine girls, then you'd be in the masculine. But the problem that you might have experienced is that when you are seeking for validation, when you're trying to fit in and see if she likes you, then you're not having that attraction because you're not being in that masculine. Because then what is that masculine? Well, I have slept with many girls. I have created a business. And in both of these situations, both with the girls, both with the potential students, I have found that when I am approval seeking, when I'm trying to have the other person like me, whether that's posting content or approaching a girl, then I'm pushing that person away. Because what am I essentially doing? I am seeking validation outside. And as I'm seeking validation outside, it means that I don't feel safe within. And it's this feeling of safety within, which is, well, first of all, it's a very attractive thing. It's a very attractive thing that women love because the masculine is the safety, it's the presence, it's, you could say, the rock. It's a solid, it's steady. Imagine James Bond walking into a room, there's bullets flying, there's a beautiful woman, there's intimidating people, and he's very calm, he's very steady. This is the masculine. Now, the feminine, she loves that because what is the feminine? Well, you could say a beautiful woman dancing, dance. You could say a wonderful conversation about stuff that you like, just sharing. All of these things are possible because there is the feeling of safety, there is the masculine. So the rock is there, and you can imagine the woman being a being a squirrel, just for this example, and there's a storm. And the storm could be, if we think about the James Bond example, the bullets flying, the intimidating people, and then because the masculine is steady, it's calm, the feminine can dance because it feels safe. So the problem then, when you're looking outside for that safety, when you're looking for her to approve you, then you're essentially outsourcing your masculinity, you're outsourcing your sense of validation, and how can then she feel safe around you? She cannot. And then how can she feel attracted? She cannot, because you're not in your masculine. And what I found that works to create this feeling of safety within, to feel like the rock, to be the rock, has been to improve my relationship with my inner child. Let me give you another story. I was going to go on a date with a girl in this park. And as I am getting ready to go out, she texts me and she says, whatever, she cancels. And I feel hurt, I feel rejected. And I think, you know what? I'm actually gonna go down and I'm going to go to the park and I'm gonna find another girl. I'm gonna have a date still. And I go. And there's two girls there, I approach them. But as I'm speaking with them, I just feel so disconnected. I just feel like there is this energy of forcefulness, like I'm forcing something instead of enjoying, instead of being present, instead of being relaxed. So I excuse myself and I sit down on the grass by myself, and I call my mentor. I actually text my mentor, and he calls me. And he helps me realize that what's happening is that I now had this rejection from the cancel date, and I felt hurt, I felt this pain, and I tried to fix it by finding another girl and getting her approval so that I would now feel good within. And that's why it felt so wrong when I was trying to speak with this new girl. So instead, what I do is, and it was my mentor who guided me, so shout out to Torstein. I just lay down in the grass. And for the next hour or so, I just lay down with my eyes closed, and I feel the hurt, I feel the pain, I feel the inner child, the part of me which felt abandoned by this girl. And I realized that all I ever needed in this moment was not another girl. It was actually just my own love and compassion, my own presence, my own willingness to be there with myself through this discomfort so that I would feel safe. Just safe to feel. So I do it, and that's been a few years back, and it's literally changed my life. So this is where we have to talk about what doesn't work, because you have the alpha bro type of advice where he tells you to, oh, by the way, I'm at this cafe, that's why people are laughing and things are happening around me. The alpha bro is telling you, just find another girl, have a harem of girls, have so many women in your life that if one goes away, you don't care. It's horrible advice, because if you're also on the spiritual journey and you also want to feel safe within, and you want to have these moments where you really feel this attraction between you and a woman, and it's not coming from a place where you just trying to get something, then you need to go within. You need to give yourself that validation you're seeking outside. And that's why the some people I know in the neighborhood, that's why what I do now with my students is the inside out approach. And the inside out approach works because it doesn't put external validation as its source of approval, of confidence. Instead, you go within. And a good first step that you can do to do that is to ask yourself, what kind of compliments do I love to get from others? What kind of compliments would I love to get from a girl? And when you sit with this, you will get a sense for what part of yourself that you're actually looking for that approval, that validation outside. And then you go within and you give yourself those compliments. And in the beginning it will feel very unnatural, it feel very uncomfortable, your mind will say, I don't believe it, and that's fine. It was the same way for me, it was the same way for others as well. So it's just about starting, and the way that you're saying these things is going to be in a way where you are becoming that. So you might tell yourself that you're pretty, you're masculine, you're enough. And when the mind goes crazy and says, no, that's not true, don't believe it, because it's just your mind. It's just old thoughts, old beliefs. And look at the word believe, live. You know, what you believe is what you will be living. So the way to go through that and change it is to go through and change it. And it starts with yourself, and it ends with yourself, from my experience. Because now I believe that I'm attractive. And I don't need others to tell me that. I don't need girls to show me that, though of course it feels fucking awesome when a girl is showing that she's attracted to me. It feels amazing still. But I'm not looking for that as much as I did before. So I'm able to actually say what I want to say, do what I want to do, and this has changed everything. And it's not just me, it's my students. I have students who have now went out to the club, to the street, talked with the girl, and he's believed he's attractive. Just take my student Dan as an example. I'll post something here, you can see. And he feels fine now, whether he gets a girl to come home with him or he doesn't, he's still fine. And that's attractive, because he feels safe within, because he's done the work, because he's been improving his relationship with his self, with his inner child. And I'm going to create a video explaining a framework, a structure to speak with your inner child. It's very simple. It's four steps. It's called the OW framework. Yeah, if you want to watch it, stay tuned. And yeah, thank you for being with me on this video. I appreciate it. See you in the next. Ciao.